In a family law property settlement, one of the first questions we need to answer is, what is in the property pool? This means what is actually there, not what someone says is there. This sounds simple, but in practice it can be quite complex. When people are in a relationship, they are not usually keeping records for a separation. So when a client comes to you, you then need to reconstruct the story. The challenge with doing this is not that you don't know what questions to ask. The hard part is bringing all the information together. And then, once this is all complete, you still need to turn all of that into clear advice and strategy. This process takes time, but it also takes a lot of mental energy. The way you do this work is also important for the client experience. If a client only sees a list of searches, time entries, and correspondence, they may not immediately understand the value of the work that has been done. Your job from the client's perspective has two sides. First, you need to understand the property pool. Second, you need to explain the story clearly enough to the client so they can see why the work is important. Take this common property settlement scenario. A client is worried that her former partner may be selling or moving investment properties before their property settlement has been finalised. The solicitor needs to know what property the husband has purchased or sold over the last 8 years, where those transactions have occurred, who was involved, and whether any mortgages were registered. Instead of manually searching each registry, downloading the title documents, reviewing the results, and then preparing a follow-up correspondence, the solicitor asks Claude Cowork to investigate the husband's property transactions. Claude begins by reading the matter instructions and setting up a structured investigation workflow. This is where InfoTrack's MCP becomes critical. Here's how it works. Through InfoTrack's MCP, Claude Cowork connects into legal search infrastructure and performs property investigations from source material directly from the matter workflow. Claude breaks the task into phases. First, it runs owner name searches across New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland to identify properties currently or historically registered in the husband's name. Then it moves into ordering title searches from properties returned by the initial discovery process. Where address data is available, the workflow can also move into property valuation searches. It records the matter reference, checks the search cost position, and proceeds with the authorised cost threshold. That keeps you in control while allowing the investigation to move quickly. In the first phase, the results show no properties in New South Wales and no properties in Victoria. You can see that Queensland has returned 4 title results. One of the Queensland titles cannot be retrieved because of a registry issue. Claude flags the title for manual follow-up, preserving the audit trail and making the limitation clear. For the remaining 3 retrievable Queensland titles, Claude proceeds to the next stage. Through InfoTrack's MCP, Claude orders a current title search by title reference. These searches are run directly within the workflow without you needing to move into a separate search portal, rekey information, or manually reconcile search results. The title searches establish the key factual position. In the last 8 years, the husband has acquired 3 Queensland properties and disposed of none. 2 properties are held by him as a sole proprietor. 1 property is held jointly with a co-owner sharing the same surname. Each of the 3 properties has a current registered mortgage. 1 mortgage is registered to Suncorp Metway and 2 are registered to NAB. Claude then converts those title results into a consolidated timeline. The timeline shows the relevant property events across the 8-year period. The acquisition of 1 property in December 2019, another in April 2025, and a jointly held property in March 2026. That gives you an immediate answer to your client's concern. On the search records, there is no evidence that the husband has sold or transferred out any of the identified properties during the relevant period. It expressly notes that owner name searches match by name and may not capture properties held through companies, trusts, or nominees. And because the Queensland titles do not carry street addresses, Claude notes that current valuations could not be obtained through the address-based valuation workflow. Claude then prepares the solicitor-facing outputs. The first output is a property transaction report. The second output is a current holdings balance sheet. The third output is a disclosure letter template. The fourth output is a subpoena schedule template. If voluntary disclosure is not provided, you have a starting point for subpoenas to relevant lenders, solicitors, or conveyancers if the matter is before the court. Thanks to InfoTrack's connector, Claude Cowork is producing legal work that is grounded in search results, structured around your workflow, and ready for review, refinement, and use. InfoTrack's MCP works inside of any LLM. So it allows the lawyer to work with the information from InfoTrack in a more connected way, so the output is not sitting separately from your flow of work.